Okay, welcome everyone to the Trustees Board meeting tonight for Village of Carpentersville, March 20th, 2018 at 7 p.m. Kelly, please call roll.
Trustee Burroway.
Here.
Trustee Frost.
Here.
Trustee Humper.
Here.
Trustee Lawrence.
Here.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Here.
Trustee Rayberg.
Here.
President Skillman.
Here. Okay, so we're going to do a Pledge of Allegiance, then we're going to do something a little different tonight, and I'll let you know after the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, if you could continue to stand, please. Ms. Blunt, come out, please. Our Youth of the Year. She's going to do what we've never really done before, but we're going to do the National Anthem. The camera's up there, so but the flag's here, so I don't know. You're good. You're good. Yeah.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Good job.
It was
Pastor
beautiful.
Phil,
Thank you.
Awesome. Great job.
You have to follow that now, sir.
Yeah, I don't know whether to pray or say play ball, but I think we should pray. Father God, we are thankful for this country we live in and for all the blessings that we have. And Lord, we are thankful for Kajira and her song tonight. And we think about her and the youth of our community. Lord, that you just continue to use our schools to develop youth with strong character, who will continue to be a strong influence on our society in the future. And Lord, we pray for the board tonight as they meet, that you would give them wisdom in their decision making, and Lord, that you'd continue to make this community a great place to live and to raise a family. Lord, we pray for all those who work for the village, give them safety in their duties, and Lord, we pray all this now in the name of the Creator. Amen.
Thank you. All right, please be seated. Amanda, come on up. You introduce, to us, please.
Well, hello. Thank you for having us here tonight. My name is Amanda Ginger. I'm the Director of Leadership and Career Development at the Boys and Girls Club of Dundee Township. And it is my honor and pleasure to be here tonight with Kajira. I've seen her throughout this whole Youth of the Year process, and I was just speaking earlier about how this is the third year that she's done it, and she's been a great candidate since that first time. So for her to be able to win it her senior year, she's a great representation of our club and the community as a whole, and I can't wait to take her to our state competition where she'll be competing with youth from around the state of Illinois. So without further ado, Kajira Blunt, our 2018 Youth of the Year. Kind of nervous, and I never get nervous. So do I face this way, face that way?
It's fine.
Okay.
You're fine with us.
All right, so tonight I'm pretty much going to tell you guys just a little bit about me and my story. I'm not going to really go deep, like I'm not going to get really into it,
because I don't think we had that much time. But then I'm going to open it up for you guys to ask me a couple questions about my past, if you guys have any. All right, so it all started about 8 years ago when I was living on the west side of Chicago. Back then, we didn't have a Boys and Girls Club. Where I'm from, we still don't. So growing up in Chicago, my father was actually a gang member. And he had been in and out of jail for most of his life up until he had turned 36, and he started at the age of 13. So it was periodically he was going in and out of jail, in and out of jail. So within him doing that, my mother decided that it was time for a change. So she uprooted our entire family and moved us out to Carpentersville. This felt like a new beginning to us because we hadn't had like the Boys and Girls Clubs to be there for us. We didn't have schools where our principals actually cared. We weren't around friends that knew more than just gangbanging. So my mother really did us she did us a huge favor. So within me starting Boys and Girls Club, once I moved to Carpentersville, I ended up doing a lot of community service work. Currently, now in my senior year, I have done over 100 community service hours throughout my entire high school career. So, I mean, and I'm still going. So this has been a huge help for me. I've been doing programs like Smart Girls, Healthy Habits. I've done programs like even Youth of the Year is a program to me because I've done it so many times that it's like it's been something that's a process for me, and that's what a program is to me, a process, something that's going to improve me in life. So my main goal, like coming into Boys and Girls Club, was for me to find my voice, and I really feel like that has helped me to find my voice because they've taken me to see people, like to meet people like the mayor. Like there's been all different types of things that they've set me up in life to do, and I've accomplished them like heads on. I've tackled these. I tackled these advances. Like it's been great. Like this has been a total honor to be with the Boys and Girls Club. Right now, I'm currently working with the Perry Boys and Girls Club site to help that next kid come up to where I'm at. I want to be the one to make the next Youth of the Year. That's my motivation. That's my motive. So if anybody ever asks you guys why I work for Boys and Girls Club, it's to create the next Youth of the Year, to go all the way to the White House. Not stopping.
Awesome.
Very good.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am proud of you. Can I get a hug?
Yes.
That is awesome. You are a youth, and that makes me so proud of you. So keep doing what you're doing. And if you can get my info from President Skillman, I would love for you to participate in some of our events. You're strong.
Sure.
And I'm also a part of a group called Girls Got Game in Chicago, and would love to invite you to one of our meetings. So get my information. And you're going to do great things, and I would look forward to like reading up on you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I heard it.
Speaking of finding your voice, I mean, obviously you've got a wonderful gift. Have you taken lessons to improve that, or is that just all your just natural talent?
No, I grew up in what people consider the ghetto. We didn't have music teachers. Once I moved out here, we didn't have a lot of money, so I always enjoyed singing. Everybody knows the movie Dreamgirls, right? My dad bought that CD in 2006, and I watched it over and over and over and over again until they got tired of it. But I learned every single song to the fullest, and that's what started me to singing. And then from then on, I decided whether I didn't have a coach or not, it was not going to affect me. And you guys can see where I taught myself how to sing. So this is me today.
What club are you at now? Which school are you working at?
Perry.
Perry, okay.
Yes.
I couldn't
Perry
remember
Elementary.
Perry. Good. And what age are you working with again?
I started off with the first graders, but now I work with the third grade group. So it's kind of fluctuating. I'm trying to get in with every single group to see where I really fit.
Sounds good. Any questions, you guys? Any other questions?
I think
she
I
won
read
$10,000, you know.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think I read that you in the article about you that you want to be a motivational speaker.
Yes.
To grow up. I think that'd be fantastic. That would be an excellent use of your talents.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest goals. So with that money, I'm going to put it into my motivational speaking career. And hopefully with me being this year's Youth of the Year, I can take this and people see me doing this and they can give me opportunities to start off into my motivational speaking. So that's my hopes and dreams.
Fantastic.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you all
You can
so
do
much.
anything.
you.
Girl power.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Anybody have
Thank
any other
you.
questions?
Pleasure meeting you.
All right. It was a pleasure meeting you guys also.
Thank you.
You heard it first.
Yes.
Her number, information, all of that.
Ellie's getting it for you. My people will get it to your people. Amanda.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, proclamation tonight. Women's History Month. We have a proclamation to read. Whereas American women of every race, class, and ethnic background have made historic contributions into the growth and strength of our nation in countless recorded and unrecorded ways. Whereas the American women have played and continue to play critical economic, cultural, and social roles in every sphere of the life of the nation by constituting a significant portion of the labor force working inside and outside of the home. Whereas the American women are particularly important in the establishment of early charitable and cultural institutions in our nation. Whereas the American women have served our country courageously in the military and now play critical roles in administration of local governments. Whereas American women have been leaders, not only securing their own rights of suffrage and equal opportunity, but also in the abolishment of movement, the emancipated movement and the industrial labor movement, the civil rights movement and other movements, especially the peace movement, which created a more fair and just society for all of us. Whereas the President is authorized to request to issue a proclamation each month in March, calling upon the people of the United States to observe March as Women's History Month with the appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. Now, therefore, I, John Skillman, by virtue of authority vested in me as President of the Village of Carpentersville, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the month of March 2018 as Women's History Month and urge all citizens to study the history of women of our nation and reflect on contribution of women in creating a nation where equality, patriotism, and freedom are valued. Thank you. Okay, next item. Any appointments or no speakers tonight? Any public comment?
No one.
No. Okay, consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on those items unless the trustee so requests. In which the event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. So, do I have a motion to?
A motion to pass the consent agenda?
I'll second.
Motion by Trustee Humphers, second by Trustee Rayberg. Call roll, please.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Humper.
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence.
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes.
Trustee Rayberg.
Yes.
Trustee Burroway.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is reports of manager and staff.
No report this evening, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Any old business?
None.
All right, new business. Next item, a resolution approving a professional services agreement with Retail Strategies of Birmingham, Alabama for retail market analysis and retail recruitment services. Any discussion on that?
I'll make a motion to pass that resolution.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table. First, we'll have a discussion. Right?
Yeah, I would do that next.
Okay.
Good evening. At the February 20th board meeting, the board asked that the Business Development Commission make a formal recommendation as to whether the board should consider another contract with Retail Strategies. The BDC did meet last Tuesday, March 13th, and through via teleconference, they did discuss the contract with Retail Strategies. They reviewed what had happened in year one, and then also got some feedback and what they've been hearing from the retailers and what would be coming for year two. The BDC did vote to recommend a second contract with Retail Strategies.
What was some of the feedback that was provided by Retail Strategies?
So they did contact 52 retailers, and for some of the ones that said no is that the retail that's out there out on Randall Road to the north of us is an issue, and also what's to the east of us in Hoffman Estates, that retail, especially big box retailers, what's out in those areas is just, it's too close for another location. Some of them had also cited our demographics as issues as to why they've said no.
So in light of the Toys R Us big box space being available just up the road on Randall Road and the Gander Mountain space being available in near proximity to the space that we're looking to find a home for, what are the prospects of finding a tenant in light of those nearby large vacancies?
It does make it more difficult. One of the things that our Dominick's has, the owners are willing to subdivide it down to 20,000 square feet. And Retail Strategies said, with Sears and Kmart, those big box stores like that are being subdivided, and they are eventually able to fill them with 2 or 3 different retailers.
We weren't willing to do this on any kind of contingent or per performance basis, though.
No, I did go back to them. I actually came January 2nd here, and that was the request. I did ask them if they would consider that, and they don't want to start that precedent. They feel that they're going to be putting in the same amount of time, whether they can get someone into Dominick's or not. And one of the things they said on the phone was that for national retailers, sometimes their decision making can be a year or 2 years. So of those 52, they didn't all say no. There's still maybes out there, and they're still considering Carpentersville.
I think with this we've had some misses, and I say that because I'm a heavy shopper in Algonquin. And Algonquin just recently, something that I've said that we need over there on Randall Road was a gym. They just opened Orange Theory Fitness, so that was a miss for us that we could have had on the corner. Other misses, McAllister's Deli, Bunt Cakes. So there were things that we could have done with that Dominick's had Retail Strategies assisted us with that. What I'm nervous about is if we use them again this year, what are we going to miss out on again that we could have approached or ourselves and had fill up that space? The more that I'm seeing our shop fronts empty, the more I see Algonquin and Huntley building off of that. And now that I've got it closer to my home, we don't need that other location over there on Randall. I can just go down a block or 2 over in Algonquin because they gobbled them up already, or Huntley gobbled them up already. So I think that's something that maybe we take everything that they've given us and we approach businesses and work at it and make us more attractive. But seeing the growth that we missed this past year, I don't know if it's a good idea. And that's just my opinion. And like you said, big box is done. Toys R Us, Macy's next, Carson's is next. So we're going to have a Spring Hill Mall that's going to only have 1 store in there, Kohl's.
Trustee Humphreys.
A couple of things that were you done?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
A couple things I want to mention that was discussed is what they kind of felt it took them a while to gather the information about Carpentersville to pull together into a document that they could use. And they felt that they really spent most of the summer pulling that information together to present it to retailers. So they, they feel they've only gotten about 6 months of real good penetration with the market, with talking with different retailers. I think the other positive that I heard was that there was really no negative comments by the people that are looking at our sites in Carpentersville. It's really just timing is when they're going to make a decision as to whether they're going to settle in Carpentersville, Elgin, neighboring community. So they feel that they are getting a lot of good traction. They said this is not unnormal. This is something that happens, that it does take a year or two to get roll out a community to retailers and national retailers and have them finally make a decision where they want to land. But I was really encouraged that there were really no negatives that they heard. It's just really, they're still looking at the market and not knowing where it's going. They're just concerned about it. One of the things that they shared with us is that many of the retailers are struggling with how to target millennials, and they're not doing a very good job at it at this point as to making them, that's the largest category of buyers right now are millennials. So some retailers are still reviewing their strategies to determine how to attract those type of people into their stores. You can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Patrick, but I think they said only about 10% of the retail market right now is online. The majority is still brick and mortar, people going to stores to purchase goods and services. So, I don't know, it was a very positive conversation with Retail Strategies. As Patrick pointed out, the Business Development Commission recommends that we move forward for another year.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, we're not being asked by Retail Strategies as a board to make any modifications or changes to help support getting a retail in there. In other words, I'm not hearing that the sales tax is too high, that's discouraging retailers from coming here, or anything of that nature.
We specifically asked that question.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said. And we also talked about some incentives. What can we do? What are they doing for us? We were pretty rough with them, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And, and they had their boss on the line, I believe, and he's joining in to help with our town, our village also, right? Is that true?
They are making a change. So there are two brokers on it. Beth Miller, she's the portfolio director. She's staying. Derek Castles, who is the portfolio coordinator, they're switching him out with Ford Fitz, who's the national development director. He's one of their most senior staffers at Retail Strategies.
So I thought that was positive. And like Trustee Humphreys said, we had a great meeting. I mean, Trustee Frost actually sat in with us. And,
I did sit in that meeting, and it was positive, and I did like the no negativity comments that they had. And another year, I'd be willing to go with another year.
And our board has a lot of experience in other communities. I mean, a couple of them have worked developing Naperville and stuff, and so they're still positive on the board about something happening for us. And
we talked about splitting Dominic possibly into 2 or 3 different units. Right. So I mean, there's some flexibility there. Roush is still not coming to the table on the 2 properties that we have that are basically governed by them as to whether or not we can move forward, which is unfortunate, but I don't know what the reason for that is. And we've certainly talked about that enough here of options that we have available to us if we want to pursue that further. But they're just not, and that corner of Huntley and 31 is really something we'd like to, see somebody go in there, but all the brokers that are coming to us want the whole space from the entrance into the mall all the way to the corner, and Roush won't even come to the table to talk to us. So they claim they have somebody there that they can talk to within Retail Strategies to Roush, and there are lines of communication open. So I thought that was a positive too, more than what we've gotten just by calling them directly ourselves.
I just want to acknowledge too, I mean, this was recommended by the Business Development Commission too, that we continue this contract. And it's, I think we owe at least strong consideration to the work that committee puts in and the diligence that they put forth in investigating this further and putting their time forward towards meetings too. So, their recommendation goes a long way with my vote tonight.
Okay, any other comments, questions? Okay, so we have a motion on the table. Trustee Humfer, second by Trustee Rayberg. Call a roll, please.
Trustee Humfer?
Yes.
Trustee Lawrence?
No.
Trustee O'Sullivan?
Yes.
Trustee Rayberg?
Yes.
Trustee Burroway?
Yes.
Trustee Frost?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next item, trustee and committee reports. Trustee Lawrence will start with tonight. Anything on parks and?
There will be a events meeting tomorrow. Something that we're putting into place this year in front of Village Hall is Pinwheels for Kids. April is Child Abuse and Autism Awareness. So we will be putting out for the whole month of April blue pinwheels out in front of Village Hall to support autism awareness and prevention of child abuse. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Trustee O'Sullivan.
Nothing to report.
Trustee Rayberg.
Next audit and finance meeting is to be determined. Our Director of Finance, Hitesh Desai, is moving on, so I wanted to acknowledge him and just say thank you for the work that you put forth with the Audit and Finance Commission and with the Finance Department. I appreciate all the hard work that you put in. And then also, just as a trustee report, I'd like to thank Trustee Burroway for his service on the Board of Directors on Jellicoe's Creek and Quadcom and all the commissions that you've, and C4 as well. All those commissions too, I want to say thank you on behalf of myself and the residents for the work that you put forth in public service. I appreciate it. You'll be missed.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Trustee Frost.
I know today's the first day of spring. I think today's the first day of spring. It didn't feel like it. But the last few days out driving around in Carpentersville, I see a lot of activity down in Carpentersville Park, people walking their dogs, and it's positive. I mean, it was cold today, but that's one thing I have. And I saw signs for controlled burns out west in some of the subdivisions out there, so if you do see some smoke, that's probably what it is. New letter came out, spring letter. If you didn't get it, they have them up there at the front desk. And thanks again to Don for all the service and everything he's done with the board for a long time, 7, 8 years?
7 years on the board.
Excellent. Well, thank you, and hopefully everything works out on your journeys down the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Trustee Humfer.
Okay, appreciate it. Just to close off on the Business Development Commission meeting on Tuesday that we had for Retail Strategies, we also discussed a request by District 300 for demolition of the old Tom Thumb building. So we provided some recommendations to the board as to how we think we should move forward. Ultimately, we'll make the decision, but I wanted to bring it to your attention if you didn't know that there was that request through our TIF funds to help demolition that building. So, and that was it. Trustee report, Don, you're going to be missed. I think you've done a great job on that C4 group. Bringing awareness to opioid abuse here in town and throughout the region. It's a huge thing with the federal government as well. They're throwing more money at it. I see that on a daily basis, and it's talked about constantly. So you've done a great job. Thank you for all your service. I really appreciate your leadership there, and on the Jelky Creek Watershed Coalition too. I thought you did a great job there, and really came into your own from someone who started out really afraid to say many words when he started. He's become quite the talker since. So, but you'll be missed. And Hitesh, you as well. You're going back to Evanston, huh? That's a longer ride. You sure you want to do it? But I thought you've done a great job for us as well, and thank you for moving the needle forward within the finance department and tightening up some of the areas that we still had problems with when you started with us. So thank you for all your work here. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you done yet? Or?
I'm done.
Trustee Burraway.
Yes,
I never
thank
had
you.
a problem with that.
First off, congratulations there, Hitesh. I know you'll be leaving the village. Good luck to you. You've done a great job here, and we all appreciate it. I know I do. For guidance through the Audit and Finance Committee, thank you for your guidance and your service. On to the next thing. Yes, this is my last meeting here. I will be moving to Texas here and probably within a month. And it's sad to leave, it really is. I want to thank everybody on the village board and all the staff that have made this job really enjoyable and quite a learning experience. Thank you all for your service to this community. It's important that we get this kind of business done and that we move forward. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to officially retire from everything when I move. But who knows what the future holds down there, I don't know. It's nice. I got a nice place on the lake where I can do my fishing and enjoy the grandkids. There are a couple of things I was asked to mention is that will you be replacing somebody on the Jelkies Creek? They would like to keep that connection with, I know Ed Sedlowski is sometimes there, but I don't know if he can be at those meetings all the time. And they've helped us. There's a big article in their magazine or their handout that about what the village of Carpentersville has done, and they also received that award that we received. So I think it's important that we keep in contact with them. They've helped us a lot. We've helped them a lot. The second thing I have to mention is the C4. I was at the last meeting. I couldn't stay because I had some business to attend to, but I told all of them that I would not be attending any more meetings. And they really need a trustee or somebody from the government to be able to do those meetings because it's an important sector. They have 12 sectors that they have to get people to join into, to join this group, and they need somebody from government that can be there all the time. So I strongly suggest to keep that thing going good and to have all of that coming together, that we appoint somebody to that coalition. It's a really an important, like Paul said, it's an important issue, and it's just going to get more involved. One of the things we're applying for grants now, and I had to submit my information to the person who is writing the grant so they can submit that to Washington and put in for the grant. So it's important to have that government sector there. Police chiefs and fire chiefs don't count. They need, somebody from administrative government. So I hope you can continue that on. It was a real interesting startup for that group, something that I'd wanted to do since I got here. And when I saw the opportunity to get it together, to bring us all together, police chief, Jason Too Soon, those groups together, hey, I jumped at it. And it's worked out. You know, you'll see more and more of it coming through, more mention of it. I'm glad that you hear people talking about it. The Facebook page is something that, you know, you can all look at, and it's important. And we've got to, I'm thinking about what I can do down in the Houston area too, to see if I can get that going down there. So I'll take what I've learned here from all of you and take that with me. And who knows, maybe something will come of it. I just want to thank the voters too for voting me in the last 2 elections. And I appreciate that. I appreciate your confidence in me, and I hope I fulfilled that agreement. It's hard. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little choked up here. But it's been quite a learning experience, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, to tell you the truth. I really have. And I'm sorry. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So, yes, first of all, C4 and Jelkes Creek, we're definitely going to keep, you know, involvement. So just to let you know, keep the confidence in us. And if you could turn everything, you know, give it to Kelly if there's any notes or anything that you need us to follow up on or anything, or binders or whatever you have, you know, whatever you have for that, that'd be awesome. Yeah, C4, I mean, since I've been around, I know Don's always headed it up, and it's been great. Trustee Burway, I'm sorry, has been great at it, and he's kept it going and made it stronger, actually. So we got a good involvement of residents involved now, and a good commission. So, and then Jelkes Creek, he's been involved with Quadcom too, right?
Yes.
So Quadcom, we need to fill that too.
You need to fill that slot too.
So we'll have some discussions. So there's some interesting stuff with the Quadcom board too. So, but thank you again, Don, for everything. And let me look at my notes here. First of all, we have last week, John, Trustee O'Sullivan, and myself attended the Youth of the Year reception. And we get most of the, the kids that were in the finals were from Dundee Crown High School. So it was very exciting. We have some ideas for next year to help some of these students out, because some of them, went away with nothing. I thought, well, we could help them out with something, maybe a smaller grant or scholarship, possibly.
They were all, very deserving. They're all winners. It's just it's hard to pick one. I had the privilege of judging, which is kind of a term in itself that's hard, to pick from among the kids, and they're just all awesome. It's just that one of them ends up with the award. I'm at Kajira tonight, but they're all very, very deserving, and want to encourage them, right, in some way. I'm not sure how that would be. Maybe John and I are both, President Skillman and I are both in the Rotary Club, and we might involve them or other civic organizations in trying to support and encourage this. It's a tremendous thing. I know Chief Kilbourne is close to the Boys and Girls Club and attributes their fine work in helping keep his activity level down.
Yeah, so it was nice she won $10,000, but the other two runners up, second and third, that were up on the stage with her, didn't get anything. So maybe a tier program we're going to talk to them about, their board. But so we're excited about that for next year. The APWA, basically the Public Works Association, Friday we had a luncheon in Addison, and we did receive an award for Carpenter Creek, which I think Jelkes Creek's part of that too. So we won an award. We'll be doing a presentation in probably second meeting in April with HR Green. Thank you, HR Green, and Kevin and Bob should be back by then. if they're watching, we know what you're doing down in Springfield, so.
They're among the 31 viewers.
Yeah, so anyways, it was nice. So we got a nice award for our environmental at Carpenter's Creek, so it was nice to get that award. One of the top area public works associations in the country, so we're very proud of that. And what else? Just Dundee Crown. Dundee Crown students touch the world. They're helping pack over 1 million seeds. These tiny little seeds provide a sustainable option for food and income for those living in extreme poverty around the world. So join us Tuesday, April 17th, 6 to 8 p.m., Dundee Crown High School multipurpose room. They're going to have 25 groups. Quality control is imperative, but there will be a Portillo's cake, fudge cake for the group who packs the most seeds. So let's post it on the website, Kev, so we can hopefully get some people to help out and get involved. And
You just got my interest, John.
yeah, Portillo's cake, we're in. We can win. So otherwise, it's been a busy couple weeks. We had the parade. Obviously, did we talk about that last meeting? I wasn't sure. I was not here. We had the.
We had a very efficient meeting when you weren't here.
I heard.
I did see it. It was.
So we had our parade. We didn't have a parade. East Dundee had their parade, but we were involved. Brady Tennell, our Olympic skater, was there with us, and she signed some autographs, and many autographs for everybody. Got pictures taken with everybody in the community, everybody down in East Dundee. So it was awesome. Did you post those online?
Yes.
Okay. And we posted some pictures online. She promised, right now she's at the World Championships for figure skating in Milan right now, her and her family. And then when she gets back from that, she's going directly to, Skaters on Ice or the show. They travel around the country, whatever. So ice skaters. Yeah. So she said 2 months of that, and when she gets back from that, she's going to come visit us at the board. So probably not till July or August, I'm thinking. So I told her take her time, but she promised to come and bring her medal and show off, the hardware. So,
Good.
So we're excited to see her, and hopefully good luck in Milan, right? So at the World this weekend. So,
Our two
all right.
younger brothers are hockey players, and I told her she's going to have to root for them because they'll probably be on the men's Olympic team in a couple of years.
Yes, they're both wonderful skaters too. So, and they've been skating since they were 2 years old, all of them. Pretty amazing. But okay, next item, closed session. A closed session for 2C1 personnel and 2C2 for collective bargaining.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Motion, Trustee Rayberg, second. Trustee Humfer. All in favor? Roll call, I'm sorry.
Trustee Lawrence.
Yes.
Trustee O'Sullivan.
Yes?
Trustee Rayberg.
Yes.
Trustee Burroway.
Yes.
Trustee Frost.
Yes.
Trustee Humfer.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. We'll be going in closed session.